How's it going? Strife here, and this is the walkthrough for the Jade Maw Fractal, which is the fractal that you will always get on your 4th fractal level on even level difficulties. This is the one where once you beat it, you'll get your daily chest, and you'll also get a big chest, which you can get like lodestones and rares out of it. I personally and many people feel like it used to be better and it got kind of nerfed, even though the devs say nothing changed to it. But after doing it probably 100 times since the January patch, it does seem like the overall loot you get is worse, and it's not really just an RNG thing. But we'll see. The devs say they're looking into it, so we'll see what happens. But as you can see, we run through this first part. We just skip all the mobs to get to Jade Maw. If you want, you can kill them. They do have a higher drop rate on just items in general. But since most of the time my group and guild specifically just do this for the fractal skins and rings once in a while if you get a good ring, we just kind of rush through this and go straight to the boss. If we wanted like money or to farm, we just do COF path 1. So we don't specifically do fractals just for money. But you can see here I equipped my longbow. The longbow, I'll just use it for this first phase to range down these 2 tentacles. This is phase 1, so once you see in the top right corner you killed the 2 tentacles, he'll pop into phase 2. In phase 2, so at the beginning of phase 2 and phase 3, he has 3 phases overall. He's going to put a undodgeable Agony on everyone that ticks for 8 ticks. So obviously the amount of damage depends on your resist. At level 30 you can make it through with 30 resists without any outside help, just with your normal heal skill. If you have like 25 resist or even 20, you can use things like the Guardian Tome or War Banner on Warrior if he has more resist than you to stay up longer. So there you saw one of our Guardians just use his Tome for a full heal, and we were fine on our health. So at this point I'll switch back to full melee. I don't really understand why people range on these tentacles because their tells are super easy. But basically these tentacles, they're going to rotate between a single target just like slam move, which just does damage to you, and then that spin move which knocks you back, and they alternate every time. So there I got hit, but if you usually you can just dodge it. So here you'll just evade and then keep meleeing. And as long as you're constantly moving for that slam type move, it'll miss you, so you don't even need to use a dodge for that. Like if you just strafe around it, it'll miss you if you were solo there, for instance. But besides that, in phase 2, we just need to kill a certain number of these veteran Colossus. You can see when you get targeted by the skull, it means you're going to get targeted by his I-beam attack. So you do want to pick up a crystal which will give you a charge and you can throw at his eye to do damage. And then every time you kill a tentacle or a Colossus here, you will get a crystal. But you just noticed there, I wasn't close to a crystal, so I actually evaded the I-beam attack. To do that, you just want to wait until that orange skull icon disappears from the top of your head and then immediately use an evade. If you do that, you'll see every time you will evade. There I managed to get to the crystal so I could do some damage to him. But if you're not by a crystal, just wait till that orange orb disappears and then evade, and you'll evade it every time. So we'll just quickly finish off this phase. Just run around and kill all the Colossus that spawn. The Colossus you can get a lodestone sometimes as well. It's not a huge drop rate, but I've gotten probably quite a few over the course of many fractal runs. You'll maybe get one every 20 fractals, so can be a nice bonus if you do get it. So here we'll finish off 2 more Colossus. Oh, the other thing, while I have time I guess now, you'll see the party comp. It's a little weird, 3 Guardians, 2 Warriors. The main reason is because most of the people will switch to various classes on this fractal. It's not really hard, you don't really need specific classes other than killing fast, I guess in phase 3 helps a little bit. But most of the time, if someone needs like the daily done on a certain class or needs progression at higher levels, they'll just swap to whatever class they need on the Jade Maw Fractal, so the group comp doesn't really matter for this one. And then if anyone does go down, just res them up from downstate really quickly. It's not a big deal. If you are doing a higher level fractal, like the 40 pluses, and someone is fully dead, you can just pick up a crystal and then res them, and you won't get hit by the I-beam attack. The other trick that I guess I'll mention right now for 40 plus fractals is if you don't have enough resist, we do the what people call the 99% res trick, where you intentionally let someone die before the phase swap, where he puts on that undodgeable agony attack, and then you'll res them to 99% health, but not fully res them, and then the other 4 people will finish off whatever phase you're in. And once the agony hits, you have about a second before it actually starts doing damage, as in when the icon actually appears on your boon bar. So during that 1 second, you want to res the person who's at 99% health, and they'll actually come back to life and they won't take any agony. And then at that point, they can pick up a crystal and res the other 4 people in the group. So that's how you would do 40 plus fractals before you have like 35 agony resist. So right now we are in phase 3. We're actually almost done. You see all we're doing is running around and meleeing these tentacles. In phase 3, when you kill the tentacles, it actually does damage to the Jade Maw as well as throwing the crystals. So the faster you kill, the faster you can get done with this fractal, specifically just keeping up with the spawn rate of these tentacles. And then you see here, once we get Jade Maw at about 5% health, everyone gets a orange icon, meaning you need to pick up a crystal or you will get downed. There I was cutting it a bit close, but I managed to dash over at the last second, and then of course just getting 1 yellow from that chest. But that is it for the Jade Maw Fractal, so thanks for watching.